This is a quick tip from the University of Kentucky Libraries. When you're working on college-level research, it's important to understand the distinction between scholarly and non-scholarly publications. Some kinds of articles may not be appropriate for use in your research projects. Here's a quick overview of 3 kinds of publications: popular magazines, trade publications, and scholarly journals. You're probably already familiar with popular magazines. These are the kinds of publications you find at the supermarket checkout. They tend to have short articles on a wide variety of topics within a single magazine issue. Writing is intended for the general public, so articles don't use a lot of technical jargon and terminology. Authors are not required to document sources, so you won't find a bibliography or references section. Authors may be staff writers or journalists who do not have particular expertise in the subject discussed in the article. You may find informative articles in popular magazines, and it may be okay to use them sparingly for certain assignments. If in doubt, check with your professor. Trade publications may look like popular magazines with glossy, colorful covers, but these are intended for a professional audience. Articles are focused on a particular industry and are written by industry experts. Content is focused on news, trends, techniques, new products, and developments in a specific field or industry. Writing style is often more formal than popular magazines, with technical language and maybe even citations or a short bibliography. There is no peer review of articles in trade publications. Depending on your assignment, articles from trade publications may be useful, but be sure to check with your professor if you're not certain. Scholarly journals include articles describing recent research, written by researchers, professors, or students, and intended for an audience of other academics. Writing an article for a scholarly journal is one of the primary means of communication among scholars. The writing is formal and technical. Articles generally follow a specific structure, containing an abstract or summary of the article, an introduction, review of other research, method, results, discussion, and references. The inclusion of citations and a reference section is a good way to identify a scholarly article. Many scholarly journals use a peer review process, meaning an article is reviewed by other scholars in the field before it is published. Citations to earlier research and peer review reinforce the credibility of the work described in the article. Articles from scholarly journals are considered accurate and reliable sources, which is why your instructor expects you to use them for college-level research. As always, if you have questions or need more help, remember to ask a librarian.